Okay. How are we doing? Turn down. My favorite theme song. That's about right. Got the volume just about right, yeah. And the peak meter. Just looking at the peak meter. Okay, so, oh, what a day. So this is the magic tool. You see what this is? SanDisk. It's magical. And that's not even the, that's the adapter. And here's the, look at that, that's the memory chip. That is totally nuts. If I drop it, I'll lose it. But it says on here, SanDisk Extreme Pro. 64 gigabytes. It's super fast, has to be, in order to record the amount of digital information. So I use less than a gigabyte on the car show. So on here, our car show. This device right here is a magical thing from Apple. And they imprint things on here. It's so light you can't see it. And what it says you can't see either because the fonts are so small. I don't know who that's written for, but it's not for somebody, you know, that's 103. Here it is. USB-C to SD card reader. Specs on the back. I looked it up and made sure this is the right doodad. But what's special about it is that iPads, the new iPads, have USB-C connector here. So the one I got like this, that's a lightning connector, forget it. So you plug this in. Oh, there it is. And so if I go to my picture album, maybe I got to do this with the picture photo album open. How about that? All right, let's plug it back in. Hello? Oh, you gotta push the card in. Let's try that. Okay. Unplug it. Anyway, you can see it's a very small card reader. Right? Okay. Let's plug that in there. See right here, device, no name. That's because it says no name on the card. So now you hit that. Show all. So we've already imported these. So we'll get them from, because I did this on that iPad. I've decided the big iPad is going to have all my, all the photos that Meryl and I take. You know, it'll come over here anyway. But I just wanted to show you how nifty that is. It's all part of the operating system. You don't need any separate software. You know, the card that I have in my camera, I call it, you know, EOS something or other. When it comes up here, it has a name on it. Okay, so that is the magical device. I've been waiting all the way until today to get it. Jeez. Came last night at 8 o'clock. Supposed to be next day delivery from Friday. Okay, so what's going on here? So the nice thing about, ooh, guess what that is? I put these up on as I start my program. How do you like that? I just don't do it enough. This is a test. I'm focusing on the straws at our local bar. There's a straw over there. These are little ones. Another shot, same thing. So this is a, you know, a crowd scene. This guy got in the way, so I'll have to do another one. So here we focused on these guys, and the crowd is a little bit out of focus. And here we, yeah, we're gonna probably crop this, make it a little more wide angle. You can see what's being built in the background, right? I got up and personal on some of these. More personal than than that. I like to have a driver's perspective. The steering wheel. Look at that big steering wheel. I got this wheel that's like this big on my Tesla. They hardly couldn't have made it any smaller. I mean, it's all power steering anyway. There's a speedometer. 60 miles an hour, the needle's straight up and down. Look at this. There's neutral, reverse, first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear. You pull for your choke. What is this? This is amperes. When you turn it on, it tells you how many amperes are being drawn. That's the clock. It doesn't work. So this is the same dashboard, but taking it from the other, you know, through the other window, so to speak. There you go. This is RPM to the engine. The speedometer, which we can't really see. Here's your gear shift doodad. Nice thing about a real high definition camera. This is 30 million pixels, by the way. 30 million pixels. Let's see, we can zoom right in here and see What is this? This is a Demolier. It's a model DE36 convertible, maroon color, built 1948. And this sucker is brand spanking new. 1948. And you see the radio? He's got a radio in it. That's new. He had to hire some fancy guy to put that radio in. All that polished knurl wood. Amazing. Little scratches and stuff on the outside of that. Usually you don't see that when a car's in a car show. There's a hood ornament. I might use that hood ornament on my next The light wasn't too good here. You know, the f-stop was open so much that, you see here, it's in fine focus. And then as soon as you get over to here, it's out. That's the motor for this Jaguar. Yep. Radiator cap. I did this first. See this guy walking. He had the Woody in the background. I dropped him out of focus pretty good. This is even better. Yeah, too much. Look at these motors. Inline 6. Inline, we call it an L6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a 6-thing rotor to distribute the zap, the electricity. When you tune up a car, you got to get this setting just right in here. You turn it, that little knob right there. You turn that and that'll, we talk about lousing up an engine. You don't have to pull a thing out of there, you want to stop them. Just turn that knob. Oh my God, there's, they cook, they're serving lunch for only for the judges. So if you don't have a judge's shirt, the day's called a shirt, you're SOL. No lunch for you. Oh, it was pretty slim pickings for lunch. There's salami down there. No, I'm behind the line. See, these are the judges. So they know things about cars. I am not a car guy. I take pictures, which is a world difference. It's pretty nice though, huh? I am right there. Pretty cool in the background. Why not? They're trying to get organized. So they call these guys up in order. This lady right here She knows what she's talking about. So is this guy. There's the first, I shouldn't say first, but the winners, whoops, when we got there. There we go. You know, this is, say, 12:24. That's the first shot that we took. There's probably a lot of awards that were given out before this one. This guy looks pretty happy. He's probably the car owner. And hopefully that's his daughter. And now she got a pretty big ring on. And that's not an Apple Watch. I don't think. I have my Apple Watch on. Got some motorcycles here. Vintage. You know, looking down this way, you can see there's not a lot of action, not a lot of people. They charged $150 to walk in the front door. Can you imagine? Boca Hotel. This is looking out my balcony. 200 millimeters on the zoomer. Look at those happy guys. Marilyn stuck them in our pot of 4-leaf clovers, 3-leaf clovers. It's looking the other way. This is kind of looking east, northeast from our balcony, which is exactly 1 mile from where the water's splashing. Guess who that is? Yep, that's my favorite little pussycat right there. Oh my God, these guys are growing like crazy. She's talking. This is a video clip. You can see the closed captioning, even though we can't hear it. Even though we can't hear it. These are test images. See, that's good. See how she's looking over that one. Oh boy. This poor girl got murdered by that schmuck, remember? The Petito case. Gabby Petito. Yeah, they would have to handcuff me. I don't think I could stand it. You know, the TV, the coverage was outstanding, but you just imagine the parents listening to that stuff. Let's get rid of this. You can't tell if she, well, the son was going to strangle her and then threw her over the edge of a cliff. So if the strangulation wasn't enough, she'd be killed by the fall. Why not just let her go, you know? He killed himself too. Well, you go ahead and kill yourself. Leave my daughter alone. Yeah, oh God. It's hard to get. Yeah, see, I'm watching the TV on my laptop. Right? Yeah. Or, no, I'm watching it on my computer. On this beautiful device up there. It's not really up there. Let's do a split view. This right here. 16 inches diagonally. Has all the advanced chips. And when I run this software, this really gets warm up here. It's amazing. They use this case as the heat sink. There are fans back here, blowing air. I hope they have a faster fan speed. Okay. So I told you about my magic device here. Holy mackerel. So if you've got an iPad, this works in here too. You plug it in and it opens up a folder, and into which you can put your pictures. Because if I put them in here. See if I go here to this right here. Now this is on the computer, so this is not really a good way of doing it. Preparing to import my laptop. That's the data line in the laptop. This is all the photos that are already there. Did I tell you guys about? Let's see, how is this? Yeah, see, this doesn't show. You guys can't see it. Those are my heroes. Literally. We'll do that another day, hero. See, it's 8. Yep. Now look at these pictures, and it seems like, doesn't that need a little help? Let's try this. Yeah, that's a little better. And let's, shadows. Turn up shadow. Look at how it lights them up. It's like magic. Contrast will leave. No balance there on the contrast. And we'll just leave it there. Brightness. Black point, this is always an interesting tool to use. You see how it changes? Like the railing down here. Not that we care about the railing. We're interested in those two characters. Yeah. Right there. That's where it was. Saturation. Whoa, you can really make it turn on. This is your color temperature. This really makes, you don't have this right. When in doubt, put it on 0. See how nice that looks? So you can see all the tools around here, around the screen. Done. So now it'll $453. Okay, is what it is, right? Okay. Well, we got all kinds of stuff going on, and jeez. Ukraine, what a mess. Russia decided, I want it. Amazing. It's gorgeous. You're getting full screen view now. All these need to be worked on. See, like here, you see that picture right there? Let's do a fast edit on it. What's wrong with it? The shadows. Shadow detail is, we can zoom on there. Shadows right there. This one. See when you brighten up the shadow detail? That's about as much as you can push it. Looks good. Done. People wearing hats, that's the, well, everything. See, now we can even see, you know, the guy's eyes inside the sunglasses. That's good. Okay, so. I think these two over here on the right are part of the Boca Hotel, you know, concierge service to dealing with this event. Key characters are the four in the middle. The person over on the left, he's also part of the staff. I didn't take pictures of all the prize winners. See, so here's this guy, and she's waiting for the next, you know, lovely couple, whoever the winners are. But, so, you never know. Get that pinned and you leave that alone. That's all there is to it. You don't diddle with that one. The lapel mic here, it's very, very sensitive. So you don't want to screw with it. The producer sets it up. There it is. And then you leave it alone. Right? There you go. You're not supposed to louse around with it. How's that? Is that better? No. Is that better? I think that's a little bit better, yeah. These are very sensitive microphones. So, when I'm on my soundboard here, I go to position 6, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 doodads. That's number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We don't go past 6 with this microphone. So the overall, I'm watching the overall volume that's going through the podcaster into the internet, the broadcast. The broadcast being live on, what do you call it? Facebook. All right, let's go back to people like this view. You can see me over here, and then you can see whatever I'm lousing around with over here. So you get the best of both worlds. There you go. Look at that. We bought new patio chairs finally, after 10 years. These are really nice. That's the good part. The bad part is, they got screws everywhere. I mean, they're heavy-duty bolts. Now, guess who had to put them together? Yep. Takes about 30 minutes, 40 minutes per chair. That's after you know what the hell you're doing. It takes you a couple hours to, line up all the screws and the washers. But after you do the first one, the rest of them are they're like, then you got like an assembly line. So I got down to about 30 minutes a chair once you knew what you were doing. Now, if you're a little Chinaman that designed this thing, they'll probably put it together in 10 minutes. But for your basic, Schlemiel and Boca Raton, there you go. How do you like this view? It's pretty good, right? You can tilt it a little bit. Put me up in the northeast corner. Let's check something out here. Putin. It's interesting. You listen to all these news guys on they're psychoanalyzing Putin. I'm looking for there it is, my Radar Pro. I'm so glad I remembered. It leaves off where you left it off last. So we can see our weather is coming from the northeast, which is a little unusual. And you can see these clouds coming, system like coming down. I don't know. We're in the blue dot, if you can see the blue dot. All right, so there's nothing going to whack us in the next 10 minutes. All right. All right, so Vernon's down here. He's in Davie. He's in the Uber car. See, look at how fast he's going down the turnpike. Yep, there you go. The connection is so good. Let me give you the full screen on this one. It's worth it. Yeah. See him moving? Let's see if it'll automatically advance the map. There it goes. See, now the map flows. He stays in the middle and the map flows. So that's what's. So that's you know, what do you call it, car traveling down there. It's 60 or 70 miles an hour. He's sitting in the back seat of some what do you call it, car. I said, Brendan, just take a car, whatever the hell it costs, we'll pay. He's going to a wedding. Yeah, the kid works his ass off, and one of his best friends are getting married. And they're getting married in the Rusty Pelican, which is a which is a very nice place on Key Biscayne that I used to go to. Not with Marilyn. I didn't know Marilyn. This is when I was at Southeast Bank. And I was hired to take over the Tampa market, which included 17 counties. And boy, did I, in a couple of years at Southeast Bank, I must have booked $200 million worth of loans. Oh boy, unbelievable. Anyway, this kid's flowing down there pretty good. I told him, I said, get the hell out of there, because you're coming on, you know, it was like 3:30. I said, you got to get in the car and get rolling. Or it'll take you 2 days to get to Key Biscayne. Anyway, so that solves that question on how he's doing. And we found Marilyn's yoga mat. This is called Flipboard. So you take a few minutes and you tell it, you know, you leave things like this: iPhone apps, the App Store, electric vehicles, Tesla, Model S, X, 3, Model Y, Apple Watch, things that I'm interested in, okay? You know, people are interested in something else, you know, golf, there's drones, golf, politics, Trump, Rubio, presidential elections. So it looks through 200 newspapers, all kinds of sources, and categorizes it into so when it's then it comes up with answers, and like here the Model S. Let's see, let's do Model Y since that's what we have. So the electric car debuts in the UK. Look at this, oh God. I gotta wait 2 more years, but they'll have this steering wheel in the Model Y when I'm ready to get another one. But right now I'm blessed to be driving the one I'm driving. But yeah. All right, so do we have a problem with the lithium-ion battery? See, they have a regular lead-acid battery for that runs the 12-volt stuff. So you got this big battery underneath. and they got rid of it and put this lithium-ion package in there. Where is it? So there's a story here on what's going on with the 12-volt lithium-ion battery. I thought they had a lead-acid battery in there. They must have changed it out this year. That's it right there. Here's the new cockpit. You got a steering wheel. It looks like you're in an airplane. And then you got a screen straight in front of you. And then you got the big panel over to your right side, which is pretty snazzy. Yep, that is unbelievable. So this is Flipboard. So you can read all these stories. I mean, it keeps you up to date. I don't have to page through a lot of stuff to find it. Now they're coming out with all kinds of electric boats. How cool is that? You can be tootling down the river and in your electric boats, silent. You can't hear anything. No one else can hear anything either. So you better have a good bunch of lights on, because I don't think you really hear your opposing boats, because the boat you're in is making so much noise. You can't hear anything else. But if you're in one of those, you can hear everything that's going on. Massive battery pack. Company raised $30 million to be able to build it. What else do we know? 200 kilowatt battery. $220 kilowatt battery. Battery in my car is 75 kilowatts. This is 220. That's 3 times. I think that's what they said. 500 horsepower electric motor that is driving. Well, you can't pull over to your local, what do you call it, and get a charge or a fill up. Hey, yo, this is gonna retail for $300,000. Well, the battery is gonna cost almost probably $75,000 just for the battery. And the motor is going to come with it. That's probably another $50,000, maybe $75,000. That's $150,000. Yep. It's not ready to be released though. They just raised. How much did they raise? 30 million? They raised 30 million from a group of prominent investors, including Will Smith. He's an actor. Kevin Durant and Sean Combs. Who are those guys? I mean, yeah. You people out there would know who they are. I don't know them. That's their movie folks. So, this is a prototype. Prototypes are easy. When you're trying to mass produce them for everybody else, that's when things get pretty exciting. Because you got to be able to deliver it at a price that someone's willing to pay. And how much is someone willing to pay for an electric boat? I'd be looking at it. I tell you what, I love my Tesla car. There's nothing like it. And I don't even, the gas pumps at $4 a gallon, and it hasn't even started to go. You got all this stuff going on with, Russia. Amazing. I don't think they can do much about what this guy is like untouchable. In the next couple of days, he's going to be smashing through the country like crazy. All right, well, listen. I'll try to catch you on Monday. I've been doing this for 50 minutes and 24 seconds. Probably wrap it up for Friday night. What do you think? If you're driving home, be careful. I had a bunch of people get a hold of me and say, "Oh, they really like listening to my chatter." Well, I'll get into some. You want to liven things up a little bit. You talk politics. I think things are going to get pretty exciting politics in a couple of months. We're getting ready for November. There we go. It's Friday. You all take care. You don't have to wear those stupid masks. They don't work. Masks don't work. It's cloth. I used to be a biochemist, okay? I looked at viruses under an electron microscope. They are really small. And guess what I found out with the virus? I'm looking through an electron microscope, right, with a live sample. Viruses don't have any legs, so they're not walking around. They don't have wings, they don't have arms, so they can't fly. There's no fly, there's no wings. And they don't have big mouths where they go and blow themselves around, okay? They strictly stick to whatever piece of saliva they're on. So how do you transmit that? Well, if you cough in someone's face and you don't have a mask on, then they're going to get some saliva, mist from your mouth and your lungs and all that. And it contains all these little viruses that don't have any arms and legs. I had this conversation with my cardiologist, who's a really smart guy. And I said, look, doctor, I was trained as a biochemist, okay? That doesn't make much sense. That's what I did. That's what I liked. And I looked at viruses under electron microscopes. And they are like so much bigger than a blood cell is like this big compared to a little tiny speck, which is a virus. So the problem with the virus is, and it doesn't have any legs, it doesn't have any arms, doesn't have any wings, and it can't it can't blow itself home. So it is strictly a passenger on whatever piece of fluid, usually body fluid, and that's basically, that's how it gets moved around. So everyone else is wearing masks and I'm wearing gloves because it's what you touch. You touch something and then rub your nose. Do you know how many times you rub your nose and eyes and mouth and all that stuff, and then you're picking this and that? So you put gloves on, you'll tend not to screw around with your face. And if anything else, it's a reminder not to do anything with your face. I tell my friends, I said, catching a virus with a mask is like catching a mosquito with a chain link fence. The mosquito's going to fly right through it because the stitching in the mask is so much bigger. It's not the stitching, it's the spaces between the stitching. Those are like superhighways. The virus can fly right through that. So a mask is useless. That is the biggest hoax that's put on to the American public. You can watch a speech that Fauci gave. This guy that everybody loves, in charge of the CDC or whatever. He's like way up the line. Makes $400,000 a year. He's right up there with the salary of the president. Everybody else makes less in the government. Anyway, he gave a big speech in early March, mid-March, early March, I think. And he was talking about viruses and how the mask is a total useless thing. Surgeons wear masks because they don't want stuff from their mouth falling into the body of a patient, into an open chest or something, whatever the hell they're working on. Now they all wear masks because the buying public is convinced that a mask works. I have a building I live in a building that has a structured parking garage. I live 8 floors above it, actually. So, and I'm looking at people coming in and out of the garage. Lady driving all by herself. No one else in the car. She got a mask on. Like she's going to catch it from her air conditioner. I mean, oh my Jesus. Well, it's good. If you're in the mask business, I guess it's good. Everyone's buying masks. Anyway. Sooner or later, those masks will go away. They're pretty much going away. You know, DeSantis is, he gets aggravated about it, actually. He's so sick of telling the tale that I tell. And he don't even want to tell it anymore. He sees all these people wearing masks. Doesn't do any good. If someone's coughing on you, run away. Or tell them to turn away. Yeah, that's simple as that. The mask isn't going to help you anyway, you know. Viruses will slip right through that mask. So, Marilyn doesn't like me telling that story because all her liberal friends, you know, they fall in line with this stuff. All right, we're going to go away. So, good night. Have a great evening. I'm going to change these little levels here so you can hear Epidemius a little bit better. And you can hear Jimmy a little bit less. That's a really good idea. We're going to turn Jimmy down.